Good day, everyone. Before I start, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt your heart beating so fast, your palms getting sweaty, or your voice shaking right before speaking in front of people? I think most of us have experienced that at least once. And honestly, it is one of the scariest feelings. You feel like every pair of eyes is staring at you, waiting for you to mess up. I know that feeling because I've been there many times. But today, I want to share with you why overcoming the fear of public speaking is not only possible, but something that each of us can truly achieve. Public speaking is not something to be afraid of. It is a skill that anyone, and I mean anyone, can learn and master. Here's why the fear of speaking in public usually doesn't come from the act of speaking itself, but from what's happening inside our heads. We start worrying, what if I forget my lines? What if I say the wrong thing? What if they laugh at me? But the truth is, most of the time, the audience is not rooting for us to fail. They're, they're not secretly waiting for us to stumble. In fact, they want to listen, they want to understand, and they actually want us to succeed. Think about it. When you're sitting in an audience, do you ever hope the speaker embarrasses themselves? Of course not. We all want them to do well, to teach us something, or inspire us. That same perspective applies to you when you are the one on stage. And here's the good news. Fear can be reduced through preparation, practice, and a shift in mindset. We can slowly transform nervousness into confidence. For example, let me share a little personal story. Back then, whenever my teacher would call me to present in class, I would literally freeze. My voice would crack like an old microphone, my knees would shake as if they were about to give up on me, and deep inside, I just wanted to disappear. I used to think maybe I'm just not good at this. Maybe public speaking isn't for me. But then I learned some simple steps that changed everything. First, I started practicing deep breathing before speaking. It sounds small, but it calmed my nerves. Second, instead of trying to memorize everything word for word, which always made me panic when I forgot a line, I shifted to making outlines, just a few key points to guide me, and that alone gave me freedom to speak more naturally. Lastly, I reminded myself that the people in front of me were just like me, classmates who wanted to learn, not judges waiting to criticize. And slowly, I noticed a change. The shaking lessened, my voice grew steadier, and I started to feel more comfortable, even proud when I finished a presentation. It didn't happen overnight, but with practice, the fear started losing its power. That's why I believe overcoming the fear of public speaking is not only possible but guaranteed if we commit to it. With the right preparation, consistent practice, and a shift in how we think, we can turn fear into strength and nervousness into confidence. Always remember, the audience is not against you, they are with you. So the next time you're asked to stand in front of a crowd, don't run away from it. Do not let fear win. Instead, stand tall and take a deep breath and remind yourself that you can do this. Public speaking is not just about saying words, it is about connecting, sharing, and inspiring. And when we overcome that fear, we don't just become better speakers, we open ourselves up to greater confidence, more opportunities, and personal growth. So, let's not look at public speaking as a monster to fear, but as a skill to embrace. Because once we overcome it, we don't just change how we speak, we change how we live. That would be all. Thank you.